Welcome back. I asked for a good game. I got a good game. So it was Ronta versus Corpusalo as the Canes play against the Columbus Blue Jackets today. Slavin has a chance that's held. Corpusalo was sharp early, and there's an argument to be made that maybe the Canes get goal lead again today. Shots are 5-2 in favor of Carolina at 2.5 minutes. They start where they left off against the Nashville Predators. Canes draw a power play. That's killed off. 2 shots allowed. Canes, it looked like at this point, definitely the goaltender doing their best to steal one here. Shot attempts are 12-3 for Carolina, 6.5 minutes in. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Columbus gets a power play. That was killed off. They also managed 2 shots during theirs. Plays evening out, but the Canes draw a second power play. Columbus does not let them set up. Really, really good penalty kill by Columbus there. There's a shorthanded rush by Sillinger, which finishes off that kill as well. No shots by Carolina. Pressed by Columbus, they're kept to the outside. Foudy fires one wide on a rush. Shea has a net drive. That shot was caught and held. Goal line stand then by Corpusalo as the Canes crash the net. My favorite part, the announcer saying they're looking for the puck when the puck was next to the net. Foudy fires one wide on a rush. Shea had a net drive. That already said. Goudreau, chances held. Columbus getting better as the first winds down. But after the first period, it is scoreless. Second period, and the first period honestly was the toughest part to watch. The rest of the game was very, very quite good. Remembering I came off the New York Rangers New Jersey game watching this one. Roslovic sets up a press. Laine, beast mode, but he can't get to the net. Laine was really prominent in this one. Does not get on the score sheet today. Canes press at 4.5 minutes. The Jackets, though, they do a good job blocking. The shots are only 2-0 for Carolina, 5.5 minutes in. Pesce has a screenshot saved. Aho's denied and close. But Svechnikov takes a penalty to end that press. Svechnikov does tend to take penalties, and it's part of his game. So there's a shorthanded break by Teravainen. He's saved there. Laine loses the handle on one. The Canes clear it out. However, on a wraparound, Marchenko scores. It was a nice rush chance there on the power play from Johnson and Bjork at 7:26. Jackets then look for another, and Svechnikov would go right back to the box. And during that one, it only takes 11 seconds. So the first power play took a while. This one did not. 11 seconds in, Marchenko with his second goal in about a minute and a half from Johnson again and Bemstrom at 9:02. Canes look to respond. Corpusalo holds on during that. Jarvis had a rush chance that was saved, and then the rebound goes right to Max Pacioretty, who would score his first goal as a Carolina Hurricane from Jarvis at 11 minutes and 20 seconds. The Canes then press to tie it. Columbus really can't afford turnovers. They were committing some turnovers there, which was making life difficult for their goaltender. Then there's a delay of game call that gives the Canes power play. Columbus cleared out right away. We end up with 51 seconds of 4-on-4, and then Columbus gets power play. There's a near miss for a Nyquist. Everything's killed off there. No damage done. Fans call for another. The ref does not agree. There were enough power plays in this one as it was. Ronta gets drilled as he catches a Marchenko chance. That was a clear goalie interference call, which draws a crowd, right? And so since that draws a crowd, you're going to see more than just the one penalty. The Canes do come out of that with a power play, though. There's 2 Jackets in the box, 1 Carolina Hurricane. There was a shorthanded chance for Roslovic. That's held. And then Shea scores on the power play. So the power play is dangerous today. Shea scores that one from Stastny at 17:18. He had a lot of time. He was able to wire it top corner. It's one of those ones where if you're watching this as a Columbus fan, you'd be like, that's where we need the penalty killers to really tighten up. Things get punchy then after a save by Corpusalo. And with 1:42 left, the Canes go back to the power play. And they score on it. It's Pacioretty on the power play from Svechnikov and Aho at 18:56. It's a good cycle by Carolina, and it goes in off Gavrikov's sticks. You got to be lucky to be good. And that quieted the crowd down quite a bit, because now all of a sudden it's 3-2 in favor of Carolina after Columbus had a 2-0 lead. We already saw a blown lead in the New Jersey-New York Rangers game, and now we saw one in this one as well. So going into the third period, Carolina with the lead. They have a very, very good record leading after 2 periods. So, third period, Laine has a shot that's held as Jackets press early. Again, Laine was all over the ice today, just didn't get the puck in the net. And then Chatfield had a net drive that was defended. The hitting's ramping up. Burns with a net feed, that's cleared out. Columbus had the lone shot on net at 4 minutes. Some pretty good intense action going on. Both defenses playing well. Shea's denied and close. The Canes are dangerous in transition. However, Marchenko scores from Sillinger at 5:23. Now, this was interesting because the hats are coming down, even though it looked like it should be Marchenko's goal, but Meyer was right in front of the net. The puck got very close to his skate. It does not touch his skate. Barely misses his skate, and therefore it is a hat trick goal for Marchenko. Now, going back to, I did a video not too long after the start of the season where I talked about Calder players, and I mentioned Marchenko in the Calder, and I saw a comment of, the guy's in the AHL, what's this guy talking about? Marchenko's had 8 goals since his recall. I'm not saying he's going to end up in the Calder conversation, but it's possible in the second half that he very least starts getting a lot more heads turned. Maybe along the same way as like Matt Boldy did last year. Boldy just didn't play enough games, but he played very well. Marchenko's been arguably one of the best forwards for Columbus, and today he gets a hat trick. No one else scored a goal, at least during regulation or during overtime, who played for Columbus. So, it is the hat trick. Things then get pushy after a hole by Korpisalo. The Canes, they answer this the way you want them to if you're a Canes fan. They press the Columbus Blue Jackets, doing their best to block. The shots are actually 4-2 for Carolina at 8 minutes. So, one of the 2 shots for Columbus has gone in. So, Columbus presses. That draws them a power play. That was killed off by Carolina. There was a good cycle, but they couldn't get to the net, so Carolina prevents any kind of zone or lane to the net. Goodbranson then has a chance that deflects out. Laine then had a rush chance. That was held. Shea blasts one wide as the Canes press. Marchenko then fired one wide on a rush. You know he wanted that 4th goal. With 1:55 left, Jarvis draws a Canes power play. So this is a huge moment in the season of the Carolina Hurricanes. I mean, for Columbus, they're not making the playoffs, right? This is just about making sure Carolina doesn't have a fun day. Well, the Canes can't set up. That power play was completely stymied by the penalty kill by Carolina. So while Carolina, or by the penalty kill by Columbus. So while Columbus's power or penalty kill doesn't come out with terrible numbers, or does come out with terrible numbers, they didn't have a terrible penalty kill. There, that's what I was trying to say. So we roll it over into overtime. So it's 4-on-3 for 5 seconds to start the overtime. The Canes control, but they turn it over. And we had a long stretch, the entire overtime, of 4-on-4. There wasn't a whistle. There were chances both ways, not a lot on net. There was only one chance that actually hit the net. Do I actually have that one on here? Nyquist, Shea rush. Shea fires wide. I think that's the one that hit the net, was the Shea chance. It might have gone off of the pad of the goaltender, where I thought it went wide. But at any rate, there are no whistles during the overtime. So we are going to a shootout. Marchenko scores as Columbus goes first. Brent Burns missed the net. Laine scores. So now it's 2-0. But Svechnikov scores to make it 2-1. Johnny Gaudreau hits the post. And then Teravainen ties it with the goal. And so we're going to the extra time. Round 4, Nyquist has one that's saved. Pacioretty hits the post. And then in round 5, Kent Johnson gets the goal. And Marty Necas barely misses. He ends up hitting like the outside of the post. But I'm going to count that as a miss. Not like a straight on with the post. It was from the outside, so I'll qualify that as a miss. But regardless of what we qualified as, Columbus wins this one 4-3 in a shootout. They go to 12-24-4. Carolina 25-8-7. They've now lost 3 in a row since their 11-game winning streak. The shots in this one favor Carolina the whole way through. 13-7 in the first, 21-7 in the second. I thought Columbus played them well in the third. The shots were only 7-4 for Carolina. The Canes had the only shot in overtime. Final shots 42-18 for Carolina. Again, they outshoot an opponent by a ton, and they lose. Has to be frustrating. Power plays, Carolina 2 for 6, Columbus 2 for 5. I thought the penalty kills were better than those numbers would tell you. The hits were 27-12 for Columbus. Ranta saves 15 out of 18, and Korpisalo 39 out of 42. Another really good game for Corpy. And if you're a fan of Carolina, this has to be frustrating because 11 wins in a row, now 0-2-1 since then, and we'll see what happens next. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through, you just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.